Yeah. It's a pretty big jump. Anybody got an idea what it's gonna look like Wednesday morning when the bell opens? Tesla charging dominance grows, Lucid lucrative Aston Martin deal, Lordstown succumbs, and more. Biggest EV stories of the week. Keep Tesla vehicles production and deliveries, and date for the financial results and webcast for second quarter 2023. Tesla breaks deliveries record as Elon Musk's price cuts have desired effect. It's a big beat. Tesla's record Q2 deliveries will send bears into hibernation, says analyst. All that and more, so let's get to it. Tesla charging dominance grows, Lucid lucrative Aston Martin deal, Lordstown succumbs, and more. Biggest EV stories of the week. Key points: Tesla drew in more automakers to its North American charging standard. Lucid landed a deal with UK luxury automaker Aston Martin as the former grapples with production woes and a cash crunch. The broader market momentum lifted most electric vehicle stocks higher this week, although some company-specific developments weighed down on some stocks. Market leader Tesla rebounded from the previous week as traders began pricing in a solid second quarter deliveries report. More to come. Here are the key events that happened in the EV space during the week. Tesla charging standard adoption swells, Cybertruck updates, and more. Swedish luxury automaker Volvo Cars, owned by Geely, and its subsidiary Polestar, announced this week that they would be adopting Tesla's proprietary North American charging standard. Volkswagen is reportedly mulling an adoption of the NACS as well. Electrify America, a U.S. electric vehicle DC fast charging station network, and the Society of Autonomous Engineers, a professional association, are also adopting the standard. Legacy automakers as well as EV startups have been making a beeline to Tesla's NACS, and the partnerships have been seen as a win-win proposition. There is no other choice. Everyone must offer the NACS. In other news, Tesla is planning to pause production of the Model Y at its Giga Texas at the beginning of July for factory upgrades. Some staff members are reportedly being reassigned to production of the Cybertruck. 4th of July weekend, perfect time to reassess and reevaluate what's important, especially as the Cybertruck begins ramping up volume. To everyone at the Tesla team, happy 4th. Rest up, guys and gals. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest additionally sold Tesla shares worth about $28.2 million this week. I guess it's considered news when you're doing business as usual for those guys at ARK Invest. Lordstown files for Chapter 11. After a long-standing clash with its manufacturing partner, Lordstown said this week that it would file for a bankruptcy protection. The company also unveiled plans to sell its Endurance pickup truck and related assets. Lucid secures deal with Aston Martin. After raising fresh capital, luxury EV maker Lucid has zeroed in on a lucrative revenue-earning opportunity. The Newark, California-based EV maker said it forged a long-term strategic partnership with the British luxury automaker under which the former would provide the latter powertrain and battery systems. The contract is worth more than $450 million. Nikola avoids delisting. I don't know how the hell that happened. Struggling EV truck maker Nikola now has at least one headache sorted out. The company announced that it received a written notice that the company had regained compliance with the NASDAQ listing standard, which requires companies to maintain a minimum bid price of $1 per share. The stock has been gaining ground since mid-June, amid the company's efforts to raise its authorized share capital, which would allow Nikola to raise financing through some common stock offering. Best of luck to all those that have invested in Nikola to keep them back in the NASDAQ. You're gonna need it. Toyota, Hyundai face setbacks in Europe. Legacy automakers Toyota and Hyundai were targeted by the UK Advertising Standards Authority, which claimed that both companies had misled customers around charging speeds. The agency prohibited the companies from running any related ads. Woo-wee! Tesla vehicles production and deliveries, and date for the financial results and webcast for second quarter 2023. In the second quarter, we produced nearly 480,000 vehicles and delivered over 466,000 vehicles. Now, I'm no mathematician, but when the Wall Street estimate is almost 20,000 less than what you actually end up delivering, you'd think Wall Street would say enough's enough. Let's stop underestimating this company. Should Tesla continue down this track, 1.8 million vehicles delivered this year, that's a wrap. The real question now is, can they hit that golden number of 2 million? That should truly be the estimate if Wall Street wants to get this right, giving us new record-breaking production and delivery numbers for Tesla. But if you follow the company in any real earnest, you know that this isn't a surprise. The company itself is looking for 50% compound annual growth over a multi-year horizon. To do that, you're gonna have to break records quarter over quarter, and they've been doing that for the past year. Tesla breaks deliveries record as Elon Musk's price cuts have desired effect. It's a big beat. Tesla delivered a record 466,140 cars worldwide in the second quarter, outpacing Wall Street estimates. The results, posted Sunday, demonstrated that techno king Elon Musk's vow to chase volume by cutting prices have had their intended effect. Analysts surveyed by Bloomberg had expected Tesla to ship 448,350 cars in the quarter. It's a big beat, said Ben Callow. People were still bracing for another round of price cuts, and this big delivery number makes that less of a risk. The deliveries are the most ever in a quarter for Austin-based Tesla, an 83% increase from a year ago. The company also managed to trim the gap between production and deliveries, a figure closely watched by analysts. Analysts that don't seem to understand that Tesla can't produce a vehicle in someone's backyard, pull it around to their driveway when they order it. I don't get how people don't understand that you have to ship the vehicles. You know, if Tesla has to ship it across an ocean, you're not going to get it right away? I don't get it. I don't get it. If Tesla produces the vehicle, it will be bought, sold, and delivered. It just might not be this quarter. More than likely, it'll be in the next quarter, adding 2 more deliveries for the following quarter. But what do I know? I'm just some idiot on YouTube. In the first quarter, it produced nearly 18,000 more cars than it delivered to customers. So when you think about the Wall Street estimate, I mean, they beat it by almost 20,000 cars. I wonder what happened to those first quarter deliveries. Could it possibly be that they delivered them in the second quarter? Probably not. I mean, they probably just vanished in thin air, right? Tesla, which sells its cars directly to consumers, has a lot of levers to move vehicles. Besides cutting prices across the lineup earlier this year, the company introduced perks, such as 3 months of free fast supercharging in the US for cars delivered before June 30th to entice buyers. Analysts have predicted price cuts will continue into next year. Newsflash, Tesla's going to continue to cut prices. They have an idea of where they want their margin. So no matter how much they benefit from economies of scale when you're talking about the manufacturing of the vehicle or the batteries themselves, as Tesla reduces costs, Tesla only plans to make so much money because they want to make a compelling electric vehicle that people can afford. And as the total addressable market increases, Tesla will sell more vehicles. Tesla doesn't break out its quarterly delivery numbers by individual vehicle type or region. The Model 3 and Y accounted for 96% of sales. Tesla also makes the Model S and X. Tesla is easily still the largest EV maker in the US, but it's facing fresh competition around the world. Its most recent vehicle, the Model Y, debuted in 2020. In China, its number 2 market, the company has fallen well behind BYD, which has a much fresher lineup and increasingly global ambitions. Tesla announced last week that it was cutting prices of its premium car models in China by more than 4.5%, following a decision to hand out cash subsidies to some buyers of its Model 3 vehicles last month. The Chinese market is competitive. I get that. Not everyone in China is going to want a Tesla, Model 3, Model Y, or otherwise. But there will be enough customers from here until the end of the decade where Tesla is going to be able to sell their vehicles to Chinese consumers, breaking records quarter after quarter after quarter. I'm going to say this as many times as necessary. Tesla isn't competing with any other electric vehicle maker. When we're talking BYD, they make tons of hybrids. So maybe this does apply to BYD. Tesla is only in competition to internal combustion engines. Every battery electric vehicle that is made by Tesla or any other OEM, startup, whatever, is a win for the planet. That EV adoption is growing steadily. The EV story is in its infancy. Tesla is growing at an exponential rate, producing more and more battery electric vehicles every single quarter, as evidenced to the numbers that they released today. BYD is still producing internal combustion engines. Tesla's record Q2 deliveries will send bears into hibernation, says analysts. 2 reasons for the outperformance. Key points. Following Tesla's Q2 deliveries update, Dan Ives says the company is on course to hit the 1.8 million unit full year delivery guidance. Newsflash, they're gonna blow past that, but I guess it'll be evident when they break more records in Q3. This is the fastest growth rate since June of 2021, Gene Munster wrote on Twitter. New data from Tesla will send bears into hibernation mode, one analyst says, citing the car manufacturer's record deliveries for the second quarter. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives maintained an outperform rating and a $300 price target for Tesla stock following news that Elon Musk-led company delivered 466,140 cars in June, up 45.5% year over year. Market estimates expected deliveries to hover at around 445,900. Tesla's strong second quarter deliveries beat is proof to combat the narrative of a murky backdrop, I've said in a note. Tesla continues to play chess while other EV players are playing checkers, and this was another trophy case quarter for Musk and company, despite much skepticism from the street the last few months, and will create some fireworks for the bears on these robust numbers. I see what you did there, Dan. We go 4th of July. I got you. Strong demand achieved on the back of price cuts implemented in early 2023 and production efficiencies allowed for the massive deliveries beat this quarter. The analyst sees Tesla staying on course to hit 1.8 million unit delivery guidance for the year. The electric vehicle maker, according to the analyst, will see margin bottom over the next 1 to 2 quarters and ramp up in the fiscal year of 2024. The only way we're going to see margins like we did back in 2021, 2022 is if demand surges beyond Tesla's ability to produce the vehicles. With new factories coming online, Nuevo Leon, the expansion of Shanghai, and the ramp up of Giga Texas, Giga Berlin, eking out a little bit more production over there in the Fremont factory, Tesla's resourcefulness is unmatched. Meanwhile, Deepwater Asset Management managing partner Gene Munster also chimed in on the Tesla numbers. This is the fastest growth rate since June of 2021, Munster wrote on Twitter, noting now shares are up 20% since July 2021. Most impressive to me, the average growth of deliveries over the previous 7 quarters was 50%. This marks a measurable step up in growth. Production growth rates were similar to delivery, suggesting inventory levels remained stable. In conclusion, the NACS will remain in the news as long as people are building battery electric vehicles and the chargers to fuel them. It would appear Lordstown has reached their 3 strikes. They're out of there, but their technology is up for sale. Lucid burrows deeper into the luxury EV space. Nikola avoids the delisting off the NASDAQ. Some of you motherfuckers bigger gamblers than I am. Toyota and Hyundai making claims that they just can't back up. But the big news over the weekend, Tesla vehicle production and delivery numbers out of the park. It's not if Tesla will beat the Wall Street estimates, it's by how much. That's all I got for you today. Be easy. Peace.